What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Wisdom on Autopilot. It's a podcast that I'm doing to hopefully instill some wisdom, perspective from other people, the past generation, interesting people, people that bring something, a new perspective to the table. Hopefully I can bring a perspective that will also change their worldview or enrich their worldview. And so I want to share that with you, and I'm really excited. Today is the #1 episode, and we're interviewing Mr. Ted Vernon from South Beach Classics.
This is a very nice car.
Thank you.
How much do I got to pay to get out of it?
I know.
This is so un-Ted.
You're cracking me up. You're making me lose my train of thought.
I'm trying to feel good about what I'm driving, and I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Make a left. Pull into the parking lot.
I am.
Before you get me killed here. Did my wife send you to kill me?
She did not.
Okay.
I'm not an assassin from the future in a self-driving car to kill you, Ted.
This is my first and last ride in one of these.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was honored.
I sure like it. Oh boy, do I like it.
Do you have anything that you want to share with the younger generation?
Don't quit. If you see something you want to do, give it your best. Well, you see the white Porsche?
Oh, yeah.
You know the difference between a Porsche and a porcupine?
What's...
With a Porsche, the pricks are on the inside.
Oh, that one's good. I've never heard that. That's great.
You like that?
I like that. I like it. It was so good to interrupt there.
I saw it. Just
good for you. Good for you.
Things hit me.
That's Ted Vernon, though. That's how he's ready. He's boom, boom.
I'm all over the
Live
place.
in the moment. That's okay.
I'm happy.
Yes,
I'm
so
really
many
happy.
people are missing that. That is one of the key things that I found to being happy is not stressing about the presentation you have to do tomorrow, but rather be in the moment. And when you show up to do it, if you're in the moment and you're not nervous because you're confident in yourself,
do your best.
Just be there, and you'll do your best because you're not distracted by your nerves. You're not distracted by the anxiousness. That's self-sabotaging.
Well, I agree. Ted
Vernon is an actor, producer. He's a classic car collector. He collects, buys, sells classic cars, and he is a one-of-a-kind guy. He's down to earth, he's easygoing, but he's also very eccentric. He's very out there. He lives in a castle. He has Rolls Royce. He has hundreds of classic cars. And so I am going to have him on the podcast today and ask him some questions about life. He's very tell it how it is, you know, and so I'm hoping to get some of his perspective, some of his wisdom, and hopefully you can learn something, I can learn something, and we can take that wisdom, put it into our life, put it on autopilot for a better life. So let's go meet Ted Vernon. Ted, thank you so much for being on my podcast today. I'm very honored to have you here.
My pleasure.
What a legacy, what a man, what wisdom that you can help install into the younger generation. Let's go take a drive on autopilot.
Okay.
Have you ridden in a Tesla before?
I've been in a couple of them. I hate them. Why?
You have? No, I just wondered if you've ever experienced the...
They're very fast.
They are very fast.
Yeah, I hate them.
Have you ever ridden on autopilot before? Where the car drives itself?
No.
No. All right. Well,
I'm not looking forward to doing that.
Okay. So the car is going to take over.
Why is it changing lanes?
We're heading this way.
You told it that?
Yes, sir. I put in an address.
Oh.
So Ted, you know, my goal on this podcast is to pass wisdom on to the next generation. I want to build a catalog of wisdom for my children, and I want to.
You drive like an old lady.
I'm not driving. The car's driving.
Oh.
I'm not even driving.
Oh, I should have talked to the car.
Yes.
You're a schmuck. You should have turned. We're stuck here for 10 minutes. You dopey testicle. I'm sorry.
So anyway, about wisdom. A few questions. Now, I've already done an introduction, but, you know, tell us a little bit where you were born and a little bit about yourself. You're a very eccentric guy. You're very out there. You don't seem to care what people think. You seem to be a go-getter.
I am doing what I do. I don't have to worry about anybody but myself. I got to be true to myself and to my wife.
That's key.
Other than that, it is what it is. That's just the way it is. Born in New York, raised in New York, don't like New York at all. I watch my Yankees religiously.
Okay.
Other than that, I have no reason to go there. As a matter of fact, when I was born, they slapped my mother instead of me. It's unbelievable. I was that ugly. But there is some pretty places upstate. I'm not in a hurry to go there again.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to visit there. Vermont, New Hampshire, just go visit.
I like it up there.
And then come back to the south, right? definitely.
Well, the weather here is just so perfect.
Yes,
you know,
definitely.
it's nice.
Definitely.
The only thing nice about this car is the shirt I gave you.
Yes, oh, it's very nice. We both share the love of eccentric shirts.
I love my Hawaiian shirts.
Yes.
My hair got my
Especially in Florida. I mean, South Beach, anywhere in Florida, really. It's the Florida. Florida is a vibe.
I've always been wearing these.
How long have you been in Florida? When did you move here from New York?
Let's see, I'm 47 now. I've been here 50 years, 51, 52, something like that.
Wow.
Mostly in South Florida.
And you're in, you have a TV show, South Beach Classics. They're about to shoot season 6, right?
We're just finished 5.
Okay.
It's now called Ted Vernon's South Beach Classics.
Okay, Ted Vernon.
It's on Tubi. It's on Facebook Live if you go to Choppertown. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. But
Wow.
season 5 is the one we just finished. It's a lot of changes in my life. And season 6 we've started on already. So it's pretty exciting.
Awesome. You've also directed movies or produced movies.
I have. I don't direct. I don't like being behind the camera. I make movies. I hire the right people if I can, and I act and have fun.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
like to have fun.
Yes.
If it's not fun, count me out.
That's important part of life. So I've got a couple questions here for you that I just want to get your input on.
This car rides like crap. It really
We're on
rides
a
like
crappy road. We're on a bumpy road.
It's a.
We'll get to some better riding here shortly. What do you think about Autopilot?
I think you should drive a Rolls Royce and know how a car really
Right?
feels.
You were telling me about a very interesting Rolls Royce that you have. Tell me a little bit about
I
that.
have 2 interesting Rolls Royces.
Oh, really?
I have the stretch limousine that
wow.
belonged to
Wynn?
Steve Wynn. Very good,
Okay,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Glad
You're
you think better than I do.
You were telling me about it
yeah.
earlier.
That's a stretch limousine. I would have bought it today, but my convertible is at the shop today,
I see.
and I want to drive it home.
I see.
And I have a convertible Phantom. They're both Phantoms. The convertible I love. It's my favorite car. Just beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful car. The Phantom is.
What a ride.
Yeah. Wow. I've never ridden in one, but I'm sure it's very nice.
Compared to this
Compared to this.
car, oh my God. No, there's no comparison.
Well, this is why I love this dynamic because, I'm from a younger generation and obviously we're in a self-driving car right now going downtown. You are a classic car guy. You have, crazy amount of hot rods and classic cars, and I think that both my generation and your generation can learn a lot from each other. But the reason I'm doing this podcast is for your generation to be able to bring some wisdom, to the younger generation who desperately needs it. I'll definitely concur there. So I have a few questions. First one, what do you believe is the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life?
Wow, that's a long,
That's a
serious
big question, right?
I think a lot of it is doing what you like. Like cars, I went in the car business with $1,000 and built what I have now. I love what I do. I love the interaction with the customers. I like it all.
Wow.
Love it.
And so that kind of brings you into a place where you're enjoying the day-to-day.
Every day's a different day.
You're not hating
Every
your
day-
job.
No.
And you're not in a place where you're holding that, internalizing and aging,
I'm happy.
You're happy
Yeah, I'm
day to
happy.
day. And that's the key.
I just got married. I got a great wife. I got 2 boys I'm proud of. That's what else.
Wow.
What else is there?
Wow.
And I love what I do. When you love what you do, it's not work, and your life goes by and it's fun and happy. And I like to travel a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any encouragement for maybe someone who's kind of stuck in a dead-end job and wanting to know whether to take a leap into something, a different field? Maybe they're scared. Maybe they're.
I got it. Do what you like to do. Fight for that life because that will make you happy. I am not bored. I have fun every single day. I mess around with people. I laugh. I tease. I sell a lot of cars, and I know it's my personality, and it's what I do. I'm good at what I do. I'm probably the best at what I do. But these people with snobby dealers, they don't like me because they'd rather pay $95,000 and sell it for $100. I'd rather pay $5 and sell it for $12. And I do that.
Give people a good deal.
Yeah, I give them a good deal, and
It's volume.
And I don't. Yeah, I do volume, and I make more money than those guys do because of what I do. I'm boom, blow them and get them in your mouth. That's all I do.
What is something you wish you had known or done differently earlier in life? Any regrets or anything that you can maybe advise the younger generation? Hey,
Well,
stop this now.
I wish I was a better behaved young man. You know, I came up rough, and I was rough when I was younger. I'm not as rough anymore, but you know, you always have regrets. Everybody's got regrets.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm proud of where I am. I'm happy that my life is the way it is. So it's not so bad.
I think you know, something that I've discovered about regrets and things that have happened in the past is, you know, there's a book that I recently read called The Gap and the Gain, and it talks about measuring your success backwards. So not just looking at the ideal horizon, you know, what you could be, or, you know, the next best thing, but where you've been, what the mistakes taught you, the growth that you've had every day, and using that momentum to propel you forward and to live happy, like you were saying, to live happy in the moment, in the present, because of where you've come from, you know. And if you use your past mistakes as data, you can learn from them, and they weren't, you know, they weren't in vain.
You're a very deep guy. You know that? You really
Try
are.
to be.
You're very deep. I'm more surface.
That's okay.
I'm having fun every
But
day.
hopefully I can bring you some perspective. That's the idea here, you know, is to let's share some perspective. You have a different perspective as me.
I just have a
different
perspective
yeah.
of life is quick. Go through it. Be nice to people. Be kind if you can, and just, you know, don't try to get over on anybody. Just have fun, and try to find a business you like to do, because if you don't, you're going to be miserable. And I am very blessed that I finally found the right woman in my life.
Yeah.
And I married an angel.
So that was my next question: is what is the key to a good marriage, good relationships?
I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the key is Viagra. I tried Viagra. I got taller.
Oh my gosh. There was some growth, but it was your height.
Sad. But she is unbelievable.
Wow,
Unbelievable.
that's amazing. How did you guys meet? Tell me the story.
Watch season 5.
Okay, I'll watch season 5.
I can tell you how I met them.
Okay, watch season 5 of Ted Vernon's Classics.
Ted
And
Vernon South Beach Classics.
Ted Vernon South Beach Classics, and you can see the story as well.
It's a pretty remarkable story. I am so lucky to meet this woman.
I think women make a man. You know, the Bible says it's better for a man not to be alone, and I think that's a good reason. I think
That's why God
balance
made
us.
dogs.
Yes, well, that's true.
What is your secret to marriage? You're 8 years married. How do you do it?
I think for me, it's been like realizing that it's not a competition, and
Definitely not.
being open and vulnerable with my wife, being transparent, and realizing that I don't have to compete for her affection. It's more like I am 50% and I'm missing this, that, and the other, and she keeps me regulated. She keeps me in line on a lot of things, and you know, us it's a grappling match. It's it's a healthy grappling match of why this? Well, tell me this. Well, how come this? You know, and it's a learning experience. And I think you have the opportunity, instead of just being two individuals, if you can really be vulnerable, really be open, work out your issues and learn from them, and be willing to change your perspective, you can be stronger as a unit together. Looking back on your life, what are you most proud of?
I'm not dead yet.
That's true. Well, I mean, in the span of things, you said
Driving in this testicle, I might be dead.
Right.
You never know. But looking back in my life, what am I most proud of? You know, I'd give you a funny answer. You know, my wife, Cindy, I'm very proud that I can earn her respect and be her husband. That's really spectacular for me. She's the most amazing woman I've ever met. I'm so blown away that she's with me.
I saw a picture of you guys getting married by Elvis in Vegas. Of course, only in Ted Vernon style.
Well, it's the only way I would do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Go big, right?
I wanted to do it at the castle.
Oh, wow.
You know, I wanted to do it at the castle, have nights out there blowing trumpets when people walked in, and have all that, and dress as king and queen. She did not want to do that. So,
She said,
being
"Next
the
best
man I
thing."
am, I knuckled under and did it her way.
Go to Vegas.
Yeah. I'd never been to, like, the Grand Canyon. I wanted to see that. And I did when I was there. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great trip.
But I don't gamble, and I hate to see people throw their money away. I gambled when I was younger and stupid. And I just, you know, what is it? One of the racketeers said that they didn't build those buildings on the money of smart people.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you're an idiot when you go there. You're going to gamble, you're not going to win.
No.
So Why go?
Great advice. Don't gamble.
You want me to say that?
Sure.
Yeah. Be smart. Don't gamble with your money. Don't gamble on stupidity like the casinos.
That's right.
You want to gamble on a car when you buy it, try to make a profit, you win some, you lose some. But don't be stupid. You'll always get something back the other way. The other way you'll just be broke and leave it broken-hearted. You know how many people kill themselves out there? A lot.
That's
How many
sad.
college educations and all have been lost on those tables? Just don't, it's not smart. I hate to say it. They treat you nice, but you're a sucker.
Oh, that's the reason. What is that in the movie The Casino? Robert De Niro says, the longer you play, the more you lose. In the end, we get it all. That's what he said.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
He's a hell of an actor.
He is.
But, you know, I'm going for surgery.
Yes,
And once I get my kidney replaced, then I should be back to normal again.
That's coming up next month, right?
Yep, May 29th.
Yeah. What a neat story too. If you want to maybe tell that, how you found somebody. I think that was a providence. That was a God thing.
They found me.
Yeah.
It's an amazing story. You know, I was at my home, and the guy who has a steel shop, makes gates and all, was giving me an estimate, blah, blah, blah. And he passed by with his wife. She's about 46, 45 years old. And I had my shirt open for some reason. I was home, and they saw these bandages all over me. They said, "What's going on?" I said, "I'm on dialysis. I need a kidney, and I'm trying to work through that." At which point, they both started arguing with each other. Which one's going to give me a kidney?
No way.
Yes way. Unbelievable.
Just
Somebody's up there looking down.
And you didn't even know them. I mean, they were just customers.
Casually knew them.
Yeah.
And I didn't know her at all.
Wow.
And they started arguing about which one gives me a kidney, and she won the argument. And we did a blood test, and her test matched mine.
Oh my goodness.
And what is the
Perfect,
odds?
yeah.
There's someone upstairs
Absolutely.
making these things happen.
Absolutely, there is.
And I'm blessed, and I'm humbled by it all. And for me to be humbled by anything, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That takes a lot.
I'm
Humble
humbled.
Ted Vernon.
Oh man, I'll tell you,
awesome.
I'm happy. And in a few more weeks, I get a kidney, and I'm just so blessed.
That's awesome.
Even at the hospital, when I went there to see if I was eligible. A friend of mine arranged the meeting, very famous surgeon friend of mine, who I'm very close with. I get up there, and the doctor says, I touch my arm. I go, "What's that?" "That's my arm." "What's this?" "That's my stomach." "You got no body fat. We're going to call you Iron Man." And when I talk to them now, I'm Iron Man. I'm not Ted anymore.
Yes.
And they have been so gracious and so wonderful and so professional and so proper. I'm blown away by the whole thing.
Wow. It's all just falling into place.
Yeah, someone's got to be looking down.
That's amazing.
And I'm so blessed and so grateful and all that. And I have so many, many people praying for me. I got prisons praying for me. I got churches praying for me. When I go to Baltimore, I'm picked up by 2 ministers. Blessed,
Very
I
blessed.
think.
Yeah, blessed. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree. What are the major sources of stress in your life, and how do you cope with them?
I do my very best not to get stressed. I don't get upset if I possibly can help it. My wife has to learn this because she gets upset. She gets upset with me. 99% of the time she's right. But I don't want to get upset and lose my temper and get aggravated over things I can't control.
That's a very good point. I think one of the superpowers that we can achieve as humans is emotional regulation and self-regulation.
I'm not there yet.
No, well, hey, I'm not either. It's a process, right? It's a gradual process. But I think the problem is that a lot of people are living reactively to life. You know, how many people are in jail or buried in the ground right now because of road rage? Because someone said something to them, because someone offended them. You know, and they couldn't control.
Stupidity.
It's stupid. Absolutely. And I think that's an issue nowadays. Everyone is just so hot-headed and offended and entitled. What would you say? What advice would you give for controlling yourself and sort of being at peace like you're striving to do?
Well, I think a lot of it is getting older, where you don't want to fly off the handle and get in trouble or hit somebody or whatever. I think a lot of that is maturing, and it's taken a long time for me. So I'm far from perfect, and I try my best, and sometimes I fail. I think that's part of being human, right?
Absolutely. How do you stay motivated and inspired, especially during tough times? And I know this is almost unique to you, because you are, like I said, very eccentric, very out there, very expressive, passionate. about life? Did we
I got
like you
the answer.
Okay.
I don't let things beat me. I do not. I persevere. And if I decide to do something, I'm going to do it. While I'm drawing breath, I'm going to do it.
I love
and
that.
That's it.
I love
I
that.
don't let things stop me. I don't let things stand in my way. I don't want to hurt anybody or be mean to anybody.
Yeah.
But if I want to do something, I'm going to do it.
Set
I'm
your mind to
hard-headed
it,
about it.
and that's it.
Yeah. I'm not.
I love that.
I don't want to harm anybody. I don't want to do anything wrong.
Of course.
But if I want to do something and not hurt anybody, I'm doing it.
Absolutely.
I don't care what it is. That's part of being who I am. I like to do what I want to do.
Well, I think there's a really good point to that about putting something into your mind and accomplishing it, being driven to do it. Have you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich?
No.
Okay, so it talks about the secret to life, the secret to accomplishing anything being knowing what your main purpose is, what your goal is, and then backing that with a burning desire where failure is not failure, it's just temporary setback, and you use that information in that temporary setback to propel you forward. Oh, that didn't work. Well, I'm going to refine it and try this. Oh, this didn't happen. I'm going to get a new one. I'm going to get better equipment. I'm going to get better financial backing. I'm going to save more. Whatever it is, it's a refining process. And if you can enjoy the journey along the way, that's the key. You enjoy the process. Almost anyone, and of course you're extremely successful, anyone who's been successful in their life typically tells you that they miss the journey, they miss the climb. That was the fun part, the struggle, the climb up. The journey is the excitement. What do you feel about that?
The journey, you don't have a choice. Your life is your journey. So good or bad, it's your journey. You can make it either way you want it to be. You want to make it a nice life, then you can. If you don't want to be a nice person, you wind up in jail or dead or something else. It just all depends.
Yeah.
You got to just do the best you can.
I think that people give up on their dreams a little too early because they meet some resistance. They meet some naysayers that say, detractors that say, who do you think you are? And you're not cut out for that.
You just need bigger balls so you can do what you want. Don't let anybody tell you can't. That's all. Just have a set of nuts.
That's it.
I'm sorry, that's the truth.
Good.
Just have a set of nuts.
That's it.
Be the man, dude. You're gonna, just gotta do it. I like to be nice to people. I like to raise money for charities. I like to work with children. I spent a lot of years in Fort Lauderdale at a school for special children. I played their prom every year. I worked the sports day. I was so into these kids. And some of them didn't live. Some of them died.
Oh, no.
And it's heartbreaking.
That is heartbreaking.
And they all, when I was there, they all just loved me. I love being there with those kids.
Oh man, that's fulfilling work.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, when you can do that.
I did it for a long time.
Wow.
They didn't have I read about them in the paper, and they had a kid there that had muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, he had everything. And his hands were like this, his feet were like that. And he determined himself to graduate without a special ed diploma. So I'm going to do it the right way. And he did it. He did it.
Wow. He set his mind to it.
He set his mind to it.
He
And then
put
he
it
said,
into motion.
Then he said, I'm going to teach myself to drive.
Wow.
The guy couldn't walk, couldn't do, his hands were like that.
Oh, my
he
goodness.
taught himself to drive.
What?
This is the article I read. Then he graduated with a regular diploma, and he decided that he would get a van to get a couple of the kids from school that also have issues and move in storage, move stuff, whatever it may be. And he did that. This is how I got involved. But the only problem he had was he couldn't afford the wheelchair lift because he couldn't walk,
Yeah, those are expensive.
And I read the article, I called him on the phone, I says, tell him he's got a lift.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a blessing.
And then I said, she asked me to come and make a presentation. I said, I really don't want to do that. I don't want the ink. I'm not looking for anything.
Yeah.
I just would like to help somebody. He's a very impressive kid. So she asked me if I would come and present the check or the whatever it is to do, I forget, that he's going to get this thing, his lift. And I said, all right, I'll come there. I didn't want to, but I did. My mom wanted to go, so I went with her. And when I was there, and I said, do you have a graduation? Do you have a prom? She says, yeah, but we never can get a band. they get intimidated by the kids. They won't play there. And I have a band. I said, well, you have a band as long as you want it. I'll play.
So you provided the band too?
Didn't charge a dime, ever. And then I became so close with the kids that on sports day, I was the grand marshal of the parade.
Oh, man.
But now they used to give each teacher a box of trophies. You'd hand the trophies out, and I said, that's not happening anymore. They let me do whatever I wanted.
Wow.
I said, you're not going to do that anymore. From now on, all the kids are going to be in the auditorium, and I'm going to give each one a trophy, one by one.
Wow.
And I did that every year, and it became such a thing. And I was so close with the kids. When they'd lose one, I would be brokenhearted. But anyway, I did that a long time, and I liked that. And I'm very honored that I was allowed to do that. It just gives you another side of things, you know.
It really does.
But it doesn't cost anything to be nice and to have a heart and to give back. You know, I'm not patting myself on the back at all. But in life, if you can do that, you should do that.
And that's really where the real joy lies anyway. It's like that, the joy, I don't know what the saying, that it's better to give than to receive, or, you know, for me, it's selfish because, I mean, I like to help people, but it's an amazing feeling when you're able, like you, when you buy this lift for this guy who thought, okay, this is a major setback, it's going to be years before I can accomplish this, and you come in and make that way. That's something that you can savor, you know, in your peaceful, quiet time. It's something you can't buy. That kind of blessing that you can be on other people, and you just bubble up with joy. You know,
I'm not better than anybody, but if I can do a good thing and I know there's a reason and it's not a fake, I go out of my way. I don't want to be approached by every single charity in the world because a lot of them are bullshit.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's sad. I think there's a special place in hell for those people.
I agree. I just really like being nice to people. I really do. I go out of my way not to hurt people. I go out of my way not to hurt anybody. In the car business, it's very difficult not to.
Yeah.
And I try my very best to be as open and as honest as I can be. That's all I can do.
I think honesty is so huge.
Yeah, so do I.
Treating people with honesty. I heard a quote the other day, and it said, telling the truth and whatever happens is just the price, and it's a just price.
I got a reason to tell the truth all the time. Because no one is smart enough to remember what you told this person and that person.
Oh, yeah.
When you're lying, you got to remember
you can't keep up
one
with
story.
All the lies.
You tell the truth.
Yes,
it's as easy as that. And I don't believe in lying. I don't think it's smart. I don't think it's intelligent. Sometimes it's difficult. Why is your car singing now? What'd you do? Took off autopilot?
I did. It's back on now. We're good.
The only thing nice about the car is it's red. I like red cars.
Nice, right?
I really like red cars. Nice wood.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's really nice.
Oh, it's like a living room in here. It's cool.
It's like an old raggedy couch that someone had. No, I tell you something. You know, if you spend another $5,000, really doll this car up, it'd be worth $2,000.
Brutal.
So brutal. I want you to know how I feel about it when you're riding around from now on.
Yes.
Hands-free driving is wonderful.
It's something.
I'd rather not have my life hinge on autopilot.
Right. Okay.
I'm not interested in it at all.
Well,
just being honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not at all.
Well, and the reason I named the podcast Wisdom on Autopilot, it's kind of a play on words, because I feel like that we can take these wisdoms that you're talking about, speaking the truth, doing the right thing, treating people right, being fair, being driven, backed by a burning desire to accomplish your dreams. And you can put that by writing it down, by saying it out loud, by living it. You transfer it to your subconscious mind. And so your actions start speaking it. When you go visit people, opportunities open up. You speak more eloquently, you know, and on brand with what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And I think that is going to beat out your conscious mind, who's affected by the cares of life, you know, that's living reactively. If you can put your wisdom on autopilot, you're much better off.
Okay. Car breakdown?
No, the autopilot just stopped for a second. We're good.
Does it just do that when it wants?
It does if you're not grabbing the wheel every 30 seconds or something like that. Can you share a defining moment or experience that changed your perspective on life?
One thing that changed my perspective on life, which hurt me worse than anything, is when my dad passed away at a young age. He was the most brilliant man I've ever met, and just a rocket scientist. And he was a high school dropout.
Really? Wow.
He had to. His father got hurt in a construction accident. And my dad, at whatever it was, 15, 16, took over the business.
Oh, wow.
And built it into a multi-million-dollar thing.
Wow.
And when he died, my family stole all the money. I got nothing.
Oh, no.
But at least I got the memory of him.
How old were you when he passed away?
36.
36. Okay, so my father passed away in 2021. I was 34. So we're very similar on that. And
It's devastating.
it is. It's your whole worldview is rocked. And there's something that, like, there's a transfer in, I can't go to dad anymore for advice. I can't go to, you know.
I used to love to ask him.
It's a Wonderful Life, that sign on the wall, ask dad, he knows, you know. It's like that.
I haven't seen that, but that's
yeah.
cool.
It's removed now. Now you are the boss. You are the man, and you have to, like, there's a maturity that happens there. I think you have to step up.
I'm very mature.
Yes.
My wife is the boss. I know it. I don't argue about it. She's the boss. Let her be. I don't care.
Right. But have you found that, this is for me because I'm only 2 years in, does it get easier, or does it just get heavier, the loss of a parent?
I don't think you ever get over that loss. Never. Never.
So, final thoughts here. Just want to ask you, what are your gold nuggets of life? I like to find the gold nuggets. I like to either read or talk to people, gain perspective, gain wisdom. You've mentioned several of them, and it's okay if you repeat them, but if you were to just list, the things that are most important that you would like to pass on to the generation that would help them in their marriage, in their relationships, their work, what's the greatest pieces of advice you can give?
I think be nice. Listen to one another. And, just try to be a good person. Be nice to everybody. Unless, if someone's not nice, I'm not good with people that aren't nice to me. I cut them off. I'm not good at being insulted.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. And I see no reason for it.
Yes.
Even the people that come into my store, I get these people that walked out of a coffin that day that come to see me, and they want to tell me about a car they had 60 years ago. And I said, there's one just like it. Would you like to buy it? No, I just want to tell you about my car. I hear it every day.
Yeah.
Older people come in and they tell me all about these things they had, and I try to be polite. I really don't insult anybody. But after a while, I say, look, I must go try to sell a car.
Yeah,
and
right.
make a living. But they just
They're there for memory lane,
Yeah,
your
a lot of it.
your
Oh my
place
God.
is memory lane for a lot of these folks. But you're a busy man, and you can't spend too much time.
This is an older community down here.
Yeah, true. Very true. I love what you said about it's okay to not be nice to people who aren't being nice to you.
No.
I think a lot of people who just try to be nice, they're sort of domesticated, house cats, and they be nice to everyone.
I like that.
Versus there's a time and a place where if someone is wasting your time, if someone is negative energy, if they're detracting,
I tell them to leave.
yeah, please don't waste my time.
I don't need
and
your
you can do.
business.
I think
I
you
need
can
you
do
to
that
go.
politely, and you can do that, like you said, without.
I had a woman come in and criticize. I had a stuffed animal, taxidermy. I don't hunt. I don't kill. I just like the way they look.
Yeah.
So I had a few pieces. Got rid of most of it. She came in and she started getting all upset before she even looked at the cars. I'm selling cars. I'm not selling taxidermy. And
She got upset because you had a
yeah.
stuffed animal.
And I said, ma'am, I don't want you to stay here. I want you to go. Because no matter what happens today, you're not going to have fun here.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to have to deal with it. So you should just go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it ain't for me. I'm
Yeah.
not in the mood.
Yeah. No, that's important. I think that's a skill, to be able to tell people what you're thinking in the moment, not internalize it, not hold it in, not just put on a fake face. That leads to not such a good day.
I get enough criticism driving to work with my wife. Oh my
You don't need
goodness.
any added
Oh
criticism
my
at
God,
work.
more? I can't take it.
Oh, no, of course.
Can't take it.
Great. What would you say to people who are dealing with, like, a really bad person, like a narcissist, or someone who's just draining them and taking from them? Someone in your life, who is just a real negative person that's leeching off of you, like in your personal life. What would you say to someone who's in a relationship and
It's a very simple answer. Get the hell out.
yeah.
I mean, that's the answer. Why do you want to be involved with that?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
nasty.
No kidding. Well, Ted, we are back here at your shop. That wraps up our time together. Thank you so much for coming on and giving
I
your
really
wisdom.
appreciate it. I'm very honored. If you could do me one favor.
Sure.
Don't put me in a testicle.
No.
I hate it.
You are welcome. You made it? You're going to kiss
it.
the ground, or, you know, I don't know.
I'm going to get out of this car.
You're safe.
Seatbelts off. I'm leaving. Have a lovely life.
Good.
Don't ever
Not
come.
there, up top.
Don't ask me to do this again.
Yes, sir. I will not. Well, thank you so much for being on, Ted.
It was really my pleasure.
Can you look right there and just say, point to the camera and say, put your wisdom on autopilot? But that's what we're talking about putting these things in your self-conscious, practicing them daily, make them a part of who you are, and it becomes autopilot. It becomes your character. It becomes what people know you for. Like, you're known for being eccentric. He has cowhide Birkenstocks.
I bought these in Kitzbühel, Austria, with Alex Birkenstock.
Alex Birkenstock?
Yeah.
Now who is that?
The man.
That owns Birkenstock?
Yeah.
In Austria?
One of my best friends.
Oh
He's
my
one of the
gosh.
nicest, most genuine people you'll ever meet.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He got married recently, poor thing, but just had a baby. He's always wanted a kid.
Oh,
But
that's
what a
nice.
nice man. What a nice family.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
He's just the best guy.
Oh.
Best guy.
That's
And I
awesome.
wouldn't mind if you put that on there, because
Yeah.
I'm very proud to be his friend.
Yeah, that's amazing. I definitely
Are you
will.
still recording?
Yes, sir.
Stop. Anyway, no, I'm telling you, that's no kidding. All right, I'm going to leave.
Wow, this is cool. This is where I should have interviewed Ted, the back of one of his limousines. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite cars on the lot. Like, it's an old, customized Lincoln limousine. It's so cool. Look at this old phone. Pull over here, driver, thank you. It was a pleasure interviewing Ted today. He's such a down-to-earth guy. He's such an easygoing guy. He's eccentric, but he's genuine. He's not about any BS, you know? He's down to the point, and he'll tell you how it is, and that's great. The world needs more Ted Vernons that aren't afraid of their insecurities, that aren't afraid what people think. They're just out there being themselves, living life to the fullest, having high hopes, big dreams, and accomplishing them. Well, guys, that's a wrap on my time with Ted Vernon. Wow, he's a hoot. He had me in stitches. I had to take so many takes because he just had me dying laughing the whole time. He's such a fun guy. I'll be rocking my new Ted Vernon shirt. What an experience. You just can't help but feeling better when you've been around him. Like, you feel like you've had a good day. So anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I'm wanting to interview awesome, interesting, crazy, eccentric, wise people, and hopefully bring you a different perspective. If you learned something today from Ted or myself, if you got a perspective, please let me know what it was in the comments below, or if you have a different perspective to what we were talking about. I would love to continue to grow. Let's grow together. Please comment your gold nuggets of truth and gold nuggets of wisdom in the comments below. Also, your questions for the next guest. Please stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more episodes coming, and I hope that you'll join me in this journey. If you take these things, these principles, this wisdom that you're learning in life from the older generation, from people that have been there and done it before you, and you're able to take it, write it down, apply it to your life, repeat it, live it, do it, make it part of your subconscious. Always be hungry for wisdom, always be hungry for knowledge, always be learning, and make your wisdom work for you by putting your wisdom on autopilot. Much love, Nate. Bye, guys.
Try not to kill me today. I know you don't like me, but don't try to kill me. I'm your buddy.
That's right, you are.
Remember that. I'm riding around in a handless car.
That's right.
Scared shitless.
Man.
I'm not happy about this, but I'm all right.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
I live a life that's full.
Yeah, hey.
I've traveled each and every
There you
highway.
go.
I hate this car. I passionately hate this car. I would not make anybody that I
Come
knew
on.
ride around in a testicle.
See,
No, it's horrible.
Sorry, hold on.
I got the secret.
Oh, hold that thought.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, the secret? I'm sorry. Your producers are not gonna let me use this.
You got to edit it.
I gotta, yeah. It's
your
more work
problem.
it's more work for me, right?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
that's great.
I'm Ted Vernon. I'm the best at what I do. I buy, sell, and trade classic cars. Bring it, tow it, drag it behind you. I don't care.
Deal. Our experienced team of professionals are world class, and that's why we can bring you the hottest cars at the lowest prices. It's no wonder so many people choose Ted Vernon.
Get over here. No dealer fee, because we don't steal. Come on in. I'm a fun guy to hang around with. And we're selling cars like candy bars.